One chapter in the book is called "We Need a Pentagon for Disease." And the reason I wrote that is, look at what just happened. We just went through the biggest pandemic in this country in 100 years. We lost 1.1 million people. Who blew it? Who was in charge? Who is to blame? If you think about wars, we all know who was in charge, what their mission is, and for the Pentagon, the job of every person in the military is known, from the Secretary of Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff down through the officer corps, down to the lowest rifleman in the foxhole. But we don't have anything like that for disease, and disease kills far more people. We need to spend billions on it the way we spend billions and even trillions on the military, because it's going to save more lives when that happens. One of my real bugaboos is religious exemptions, particularly religious exemptions to vaccines. Not just philosophical exemptions, but religious exemptions ought to be absolutely banned. The truth is, there is nothing religious about vaccine. There is nothing religious about medical procedures. The only reason for vaccines is to save lives. And in fact, every organized religion in the world puts the saving of life and the preservation of life as one of the greatest goods. And therefore, every organized religion in the world endorses vaccination. It's true that rumors are incredibly damaging, and that because of those rumors, people take on false nostrums, fake cures like ivermectin. They stop doing the things they need to do in order to protect themselves and their families against disease. And we need to fight that. The tragedy of COVID was that the rumors were being spread literally from the White House, and they were being spread by talk show hosts with millions of followers. How you fight that, I don't know. I'm in favor of much better education. I wish certainly that every medical student had to watch those old British medical films that show people dying of rabies, dying of tetanus. Those films are horrible. They are absolutely heartrending, and it's hard to watch them, but that's what happens when vaccine rates drop off. Understanding the consequences of succumbing to disease, a disease you could prevent, is something that I think ought to be, driven into the consciousness of everybody. I absolutely feel we need mandates for things like vaccines. Once the vaccines are proven to be safe and effective, I don't think people should be able to say, no, I'm just not going to take it. Now, we have mandates for vaccines. Kids can't come to kindergarten unless they've been vaccinated against all the childhood diseases. We don't want to go back to the days when children were dying of measles. People resist. People are not good about saving their own lives, and they're not good about saving the lives of their families and their friends and their co-workers and their drinking buddies and their church mates and everybody else they come in contact with, because they just have this attitude that I won't do it and you can't make me. Now, I realize how incredibly unpopular this makes me, but I think more important than any popularity for me, and also more important than anybody's sense of, my rights are paramount, is, the need to save lives.